What's going on, peeps?
What's up?
How we doing? We just did a Father Ted reaction. So if that's not up before this video, it'll be up probably immediately after. But Graham Norton made an appearance on there, and we realized that we hadn't done a Graham Norton reaction in a while. And also we realized that a long time ago we did Miriam Margolyes reaction on the Graham Norton Show, and we only did half of it. So it's time to get around to the second half.
She's a fun lady.
Yeah, she seems like a joy. Got to protect this woman at all costs.
She's like the fun grandma.
Yes, fun grandma.
Fun grandma.
Yes. And some of the stuff that came out of her mouth was
inappropriate.
So grandma. Inappropriate, but it was great. But we figured we finished the second half. It was probably one of those things where we were planning to get around to that, but it just slipped our minds.
Yeah.
So let's make up for it right now.
Yeah,
we'll get into it.
In the early YouTube days, I feel like, when we did this.
It feels like it was like half a year ago when we did the last one. I don't know. But anyway, let's get into it and finish this off. And hopefully Miriam can give us some more laughs. So here we go.
This. The comedy flies, as do the bodily fluids. Wow. Hilarity and deep penetration ensues. You can have it. Go on. It's still in... Oh, no, it's not out of its cover now.
Here, I think you should have this.
Actually, I made my own.
Miriam's been in a lot of porn.
Oh, really? I didn't realize
Only
that.
audio, though.
Only the audio?
Yes. I've never actually done it in front of a camera.
But you make the sounds of it.
I make the sounds, and I'm not doing it now.
No. I wasn't going to ask. You brought it up, Miriam.
I'd rather watch your show.
All right. I don't think anybody really wants this.
Do you want it? No.
No.
We don't.
Here,
I'll
you
tell you
can
what.
have this.
If we leave it there, by the end of the show, that'll be gone.
Somebody will take it.
Look at him. Look at him in the shirt. He's eyeing it up. He's eyeing. Yeah, if I distract my girlfriend, I can get that into my bag. Now, have you ever been... Because you would make a very good Bond villain, I think, Miriam.
I'd love to have been
It's a good idea, isn't it?
Rosa Krebs was one of the Bond villains, played by Bertolt Brecht's wife in the film. Yeah, I'd love to have been. Well, we'd all... I mean, there's something magic about James Bond. It's just a magic...
But you were in Harry Potter, weren't you?
I was,
yes.
That's
magic.
Well, that's
actually magic.
Terrific.
Yeah.
That was terrific.
Yeah.
And she's also worked with the biggest action star of them all.
She wasn't
I'm trying to think.
Harry Potter? Because you know all about that.
I think she was the lady who took the screaming things out of the potted plants.
I can't remember that lady.
The lady that...
Although I haven't seen those. Well, I remember the screaming plants. I don't remember who picked them out, though.
Do we need to watch the whole series again? Do you remember we did that?
Yes.
And it was great.
I know. That's like your favorite movie.
I love Harry Potter, but I think... Let us know who she is, but I think she's the, like, botanical garden lady who pulls the plants out and they scream.
You might be right.
Not Sylvester Stallone. Arnold Schwarzenegger. Arnold Schwarzenegger.
Forgot the microphone was all the way over there.
It was a horrible experience.
Why so horrible, Miriam?
Well,
Yeah, she definitely was. Now that I'm
the
looking at
real
it.
reason is because, because he didn't fancy me, he didn't think I mattered, and I really resent that attitude. And secondly, because he farted in my face. and that was when I was lying on the ground, you know, in the part. I was playing my role, and I was Satan's sister, and I had to be killed lying on the floor with a glass table slicing my throat.
Yes.
So I was doing all that, and you know, it's difficult, can't get out of the way when you're stuck like that.
No.
And he thought it was hysterical. He just... Arnold.
So he did it on purpose? He just squatted in your face and...
Absolutely on purpose. On purpose.
Oh, I'm thinking about the amount... Oh, he eats nothing but protein.
Oh, God.
True. I mean, it was very unpleasant.
Good job on Graham Norton for laying out the atmospheric smell of the situation.
Oh my gosh. I am not a fan of farts.
No, you're
and
not.
You know this. If you ever farted in my face, that'd be the last fart you ever farted.
Oh. Well, don't you like, you may not like farts, but you sure do like that word.
What?
Fartity. Fart.
Well, let's draw a veil. I'll ask him about it next time he's on the show.
Different when you're working class, you know, and you come back speaking posh. It does set people's teeth on edge.
Yeah, it does.
Because I have a posh voice, and I wish I didn't, but I just do. And
you can change your accent. You should do that.
I
Just,
do.
you know,
I
choose an
always
accent
do.
a day.
I always, if I need something in the street, I always become Scottish.
I've got to ask you, what do you need in the street?
You never know. Well, I mean, the time, or a road, or a garage, you know, something like
yes.
that.
Oh,
Why
sorry.
Scottish?
I tell you why, and this is true. Scottish is a classless sound, and it's friendly. Excuse me, could you tell me where the nearest garage is? I don't know where I am at the moment. I'm just slightly lost here. Could you help me out? You know, it's friendly. It's friendly.
What did you guys, for all the Scots that follow the channel, what did you think of her accent? It sounded pretty good to me.
I thought it sounded pretty good.
But we don't have that, we're Americans, we don't have that trained ear like you guys
But
do.
I do understand her wanting to change her accent.
Why?
I wish I could change the way my voice sounds.
Why, so you stop sounding like a valley girl?
I do. I sound so Valley Girlish. Should see me do a presentation. The stuff coming out sounds really sorry, but my voice is like... And then, in a medical, like, it doesn't sound good.
It's because you get all excited.
I do. When I get excited, it gets very Valley Girlish.
Yeah.
May have rumbled you now, but that's that Scottish woman, I hope. Now, is it fair to say, Miriam, that you are not physically shy?
Yes, it is fair to say
Yes, I thought that was fair to say. Because what was the story? You had a run-in with, was it painters at the BBC you had a run-in with?
Yes, my goodness, things get around. One of the problems when you're stacked, as I am, you know, and when you sort of run along a corridor...
Craig Davies!
Yeah.
One of the problems when you're stacked, as I am, you know, and when you sort of run along a corridor... I know you're stacked, but just lower down. My stacking is here.
Still the stack. It still means the same stack.
Oh, yes, it still means the same, I'm sure. And I was going past these painters, and they made fun of me because my tits were wiggling and, you know, I was running along.
Look at
I thought, I'm not having that. I'm not having that. And you know, when you confront people, they get very nervous. Yeah. So I stopped, and I went over to them, and I looked at them, and I took their great big hands, and I put them...
He's like, oh, no, he knew where it was going.
I put them on my great big breasts. They were terrified.
She is.
Next time, when I was going back along the corridor, they were painting. They didn't say a word.
Now, was it this year? Was it? No, I think it was last year. You had, and you had a really lovely honour from your school. Was it Oxford School?
Oxford High School.
Oxford High School. Did you go there?
I went there from 1945 to 1959.
Wow.
It's the best school in the world. That is why I talk as I talk, clearly. And I hardly ever use the word like. They named a theatre space after me, which was a real thrill. They actually wanted Maggie Smith, because she was at the school as well, Dame Maggie. And they asked me to ask Dame Maggie if she would like to give her name to this space in the school. And I asked her, you know, on their behalf, would she? And she said, No, I don't want to do that. I didn't like the school at all.
That does sound like her.
You do it. You'd like that, wouldn't you? You do that. So they asked me, and I said yes.
Very nice. And now, it is extraordinary that you've become so established. You do lots of work for charities, I know.
Well, when you get to my age, you sort of do that sort of thing, you know. Not everybody can do it. But I don't work all the time. So in the spare moments I have, I do things for breast cancer and kidney transplants and stroke association and all those different things, you know. I love doing stuff for charity. I get a kick out of it. Some of you may have actually seen me on Loose Women quite recently.
That's not
talking
charity.
about breast cancer. Well, it was. Don't interrupt, darling.
Oh, it's like question time. It's like question time. But here's the thing. So Miriam, you're very kind of embraced by establishment, but you've always been quite a wild child, I would say.
A little bit, yes.
Yes.
Yeah.
Well, no, for instance-
naughty. I was naughty.
Yes, because you brought our attention to this photograph. Now, what is going on? This is the 1970s, I think. Is this one of your first jobs?
Girls of slender means. I'm in the front. Behind me is Mary Tam, Patricia Hodge, and Jane Cussons, who I think is here tonight.
Where's Jane Cussons?
There she is. There.
Oh, there's Jane Cussons! Wow! Are you all in the knit?
Yes, well, what happened was we had to have a scene in which everybody stripped naked. And we were a little bit shy about it. They closed the studio, of course. And we insisted that the cameramen took off their clothes as well.
Good for her. Good for her.
That's fantastic.
Make everyone comfortable.
Well, if we're going to do it, you got to do it too.
Had a photograph of ourselves covered up because it was just coming up to Valentine's Day, and then they did one as well for us.
And we've got that picture as well. This is unbelievable they did this. So this is the crew.
That's awesome.
That's funny, man.
My favourite one. My favourite though. If you pay attention, look how cocky John is.
What's holding up the sign, John?
Yeah.
Well, I think that's John Henschel who is responsible for getting us all together again. And I should mention our director, Moira Armstrong. It was just the most wonderful experience. 1976, and we are still all great friends. Love each other, don't we, Jane? Yes. It's just such a wonderful.
That's really cool.
It looks better now.
They were all very beautiful. They were all very beautiful girls.
Yes, you do. You look you're fabulous. Yes.
She's actually single, so if anybody's interested...
It's a proper world tour. I mean, you've been in Australia already.
And New Zealand.
Oh, you've done New Zealand already.
Dear New Zealand, yes.
But you get here on 23rd of June. It's tomorrow, Saturday.
Is that tomorrow? Yes, it is.
It is.
Yes.
And then you go to Canada and the States?
Yes.
Yes, very good.
Yes.
So
and all around England as well.
Oh, yeah, yes, all around.
Taunton, we're going to Taunton.
What part of the States are you going to?
I'm going to California.
That's where I'm from.
Yes, I know that, darling. And Chicago.
Nice.
Yes. Nice. And Yale. and all over Massachusetts.
When you say Yale, you have to say Yale.
Yale.
Adorable.
She's so fucking cute. I can't stand it. Oh, man.
I hope I'm like this when I'm a grandma.
Oh.
You're doing, the show is Dickens Women, and we'll talk about it in a bit. But in order to get sort of match fit, you've become a vegetarian.
Yes, well, I knew that I'm 71 and I'm overweight and not particularly fit, and I thought I must get fit to do this tour. So I went to India to an Ayurvedic clinic, and I had oil enemas every day for 6 weeks.
Oh my God!
That's a lot of bum tubes.
It's a lot of bum tubes.
That's a lot of bum tubes.
I'm good on that. I'll just do some sit-ups.
I think that procedure would create bum fluff.
Yeah, probably. You got crazy man look.
Does a mechanic do that? I mean, what?
Mechanic do that.
Not really, no.
Is it hot oil, cold oil?
I think it's warm. I think, well, it's warm afterwards. Anyway.
Oh, man.
And it really was amazing, and that's where I became a vegetarian. I eat fish, but not poultry or red meat.
Yeah.
And it really got me fit. It got me going, and I was able to do the tour so far without missing a show or feeling poorly or anything.
Yeah. Well, you look amazing. You look
Did you see
very...
Greg Davies' face?
Yeah.
Like...
It really got me fit. It got me going, and
He's like,
I
"I'm
was
not
able to
doing
do the
this."
tour so far without missing a show.
Yeah, he's like, I'm not doing this. I don't care how fit you get.
Yeah.
He's not doing the bum tubes.
There's a lot of thoughts going through his head
Yeah,
right
he's
now.
like, I'm not doing the bum tubes.
Or feeling poorly or anything.
Well, you look amazing. You look very fit and healthy.
Do you think so?
You really do.
Oh, bless you.
Yes.
Thank you.
Because you...
Thank you.
And you do swimming.
I swim every day. I haven't met you in the pool yet. But I imagine that you're a bit faster than I am in the pool.
Well, if I am there, I'm probably raising money for charity.
Now, I don't know if it's the way the programme's edited, but your trip did seem dominated by the toilet.
Well, this sounds like my favorite show ever.
Well, look, I'm nearly 75, and you can't hang on to it as well as you can at your age. So it becomes important to be able to get to a toilet when you want to.
Is everything okay right now?
If I start to fidget, get worried.
All right.
Yes, I mean, I think everybody would feel the same. You know, you want to be able to get to a toilet.
Yes.
And in India, if you can get to a toilet, it's not always a toilet you want to get to. You put it like that, because it's a dirty hole in the ground with 2 footprints
Makes me think of the
and
Carl
not much
video.
cover. And
Yeah, like the hole in the ground in China from Carl's experience in China.
Yeah.
On an idiot abroad, yeah.
That's how you're supposed to go to the bathroom. You're not supposed to sit. That's bad for your colon. You're supposed to
I've heard
squat.
that. I've actually heard that, yeah.
That's the way we were made to go to the bathroom. And have a baby.
And have a baby?
You're not supposed to have a baby laying down on your back. You're supposed to do it squatting. Gravity.
Well, you kind of are squatting. Just laying down and squatting.
Yeah, but you're
when you
supposed to
have a
have
baby.
gravity help you. You're supposed to be in an upright position.
Yeah. Interesting.
The more you know.
Yeah. All right, let's keep going. What we got?
and lots of flies and shit on the wall and everything.
What?
It's not pleasant. But if you're in a hotel or somewhere like that, of course, it's absolutely as it would be in the West.
Why are there 2 footprints?
1 for each foot.
Graham lost it.
I understand
Painted a lovely
now.
picture with words, Miriam.
Yeah, but I mean, there's much more to India than
Yes, no,
dirty
of course there
toilets,
is, yes.
you know, but it's just something that was important to me.
Well, listen, we've got a clip. This is you getting ready for breakfast with your fellow travellers.
Oh, I haven't seen any of
Well,
it.
you will
so
see it
I'm quite
now.
interested.
Watch with interest.
Yeah, that's a total compilation. Good.
I bought tickets for your show, by the way.
Oh, thank you.
I
Have you
have.
bought tickets for Matthew's
Not yet,
show?
but I will. I don't ask the comps ever. I always
No?
pay for...
Okay.
No,
Well,
I
we'd
pay
love
my
for you
way.
to come.
I will come, and I might come backstage.
Just
and
make sure
frighten you.
she's new.
Well, of course I'll come.
I will guarantee you one thing, there will be bathrooms backstage.
At the Playhouse, hardly, but... And you've exposed yourself as well.
Yes, yeah.
We don't have a picture, sadly. Calm down, everyone. But actually, if you could find the women involved in this story, how brilliant. But we haven't, but go.
Is this me working in that very rather sort of grubby cafe, being a sort of this greasy teenager
Yeah.
and wearing my very tight black jeans, and entering the bakery early in the morning from a late night out, and having just learnt how to make cappuccinos. Cappuccinos had just arrived in England, hadn't been around for a while, and so I used to make them terribly big and frothy, not how you meant to make them. They were sort of repulsive and undrinkable at the time. And I put them down. I remember two lovely ladies coming into the cafe, and I think I just learnt how to hold the two cappuccinos in one hand, which I was very impressed by, and then I had some revolting, greasy croque, something or other. What's it called? A croque?
Monsieur.
Croque monsieur in the other. And I had these terrible old jeans on which had a big hole in the thing. And so as I was placing them down, shaking and sort of feeling rather sweaty and anxious anyway, that my thing just fell out and just dangled and rested on the edge. And I wasn't aware of it at the time, so this awful look. Two of them doing that exact expression. And it was just neatly resting on the end, and I pulled it in, and it was a horrible moment.
You mean your cock fell out of your
Thank you. I didn't see it. I was like, what happened?
It dangled and rested on the edge. And there was nothing I could do because I was holding this.
Did anyone mention it?
Oh, they were repulsed by it. It was meant to be it was a patisserie of a high-class patisserie.
Did you at least try to go excuse I?
No, I don't know what I just backed off. We were all so happy. Enjoy, and then I went off. Awful. It was really pathetic and sort of not very good either. It didn't look good.
Yeah, you either have to do that intentionally or you have a major wardrobe malfunction.
I don't know how that happens.
I don't know.
Did he rip his pants?
But as you saw by Miriam, even she's perplexed. Like, what?
She's like, wait a minute, I need to say this out loud. Did your beep just come out of your pants?
It fell out.
I know. I don't know what kept in.
Yeah.
Well, you mentioned it earlier.
That was because I saw it. But I didn't see it out on the table.
You didn't. But I don't know. I think we wore.
What happened earlier?
She gave me some very good advice. And mentioned my penis.
Oh yes.
He's beautifully.
No. It wasn't like that.
Oh, Lord.
I loved it.
Oh my God.
She loved it.
I wasn't repelled. The word is repelled, not repulse.
No.
Repelled.
I left you alone in makeup for 10 minutes.
That's all it took.
I was very impressed you'd noticed it altogether.
The funny
Never
thing
gets
is,
mentioned.
when you're gay, as I am, and you never see a cock from, Martin Mass to Christmas, you're very aware of them. You're very aware. They're hanging all around.
I think anybody's very aware of them.
Yeah. I think we're aware it's in the room.
All the time. And I'm very short.
I was standing, yes, I was standing up.
You were standing up.
I was standing.
So there you
I
go.
was standing very close.
Oh dear.
No, I bought a DVD, which is brilliant. I don't want the lady who did this DVD to think I'm being negative about it. It's great, and I've done it for weeks. And I just presumed that the lady was some sort of yoga master of her whole life, and she'd trained in the Far East or something. And a mate came round and I showed it him and said, I've been doing this yoga DVD, it's absolutely brilliant. And he went, mate, she's on Emmerdale Farm. She's really good.
But she's from Emmerdale.
She's a lesbian character from Emmerdale Farm.
Oh, really? Yeah. I'm one of those. I know in America they don't say that much on television, but I like to say it, because I think it gives people courage.
Yes.
I think
I've never met a lesbian before.
You can does Miriam, now, you didn't... I'm guessing you don't sugarcoat things. Do you get starstruck when you meet people?
I do sometimes. I do sometimes. I remember when I was young, and I met Laurence Olivier.
Wow.
That was... I used to collect autographs at the stage door, you know, and he came out, and I remember so distinctly that I started to cream in my knickers. I could feel it. I could actually... I went all funny.
I remember this clip because I did a separate Miriam clip on my own.
Yeah.
But I remember this. Yeah, this was...
Jeez. Okay.
You all right?
Yep.
Yeah.
I was not expecting that.
You know what I mean?
I know exactly what you mean.
Wherever we thought that story was going. That isn't it.
I honestly don't think I've ever been more uncomfortable in my life. I think that's the worst moment of my life.
Oh,
Well,
dear.
it can only get better. So.
Well, that's a lovely story, Miriam. Thank you for sharing. I think that's in the compilation. That's great.
But I think that's a tribute.
No,
That's
it's
real-
a no greater compliment, Miriam. Yes. I think we should all get fans out now.
Here, fan yourself.
Thank you. Thank you very much.
But just before we do, I know, Miriam, you have a story. Is it you in Edinburgh?
I'm going to Edinburgh with my show.
Oh, yes, Dick.
And the
all
last
over the
time,
world.
that's right,
Yes.
the last time I was in Edinburgh, I hope this isn't going to offend anybody.
It's fine, far ahead.
I'm going to be offended. I might.
I hope you won't.
Yeah.
I was walking home late after a show one night, and I was walking through the meadows, which is a kind of field in the middle of Edinburgh, and I heard a rustling above me. Almost everything is above me, actually. So short. And I looked up, and I saw a young man masturbating in the tree.
What? On branches?
What? Imagine seeing that, babe.
That is not, I don't even know.
Oh my god. Are you sure it wasn't a monkey?
I feel like...
It wasn't a chimpanzee?
Why in the tree? Oh god, no, wait, don't talk about masturbating to make that face, please.
Oh god.
Yeah, climb up there.
He climbed up, and I said, "What are you doing?"
And he said,
And he
making
said-
it rain.
Wow!
Oh god, that was good.
I felt concerned.
Yes, of course.
And I said, "What is your occupation?" And he said, "I'm a soldier." And I said, "In the tattoo?" Because you know there's an Edinburgh tattoo.
Yes.
And he said, "Yes, I am." And I said, "Come down at once." So he sort of slid down the tree. And I said, "You know you can get into trouble for doing what you're doing."
Did you do what you did with the painters with him?
I absolutely did. You've heard of helping hands, haven't you? You know,
Yes.
I helped him out. And he was charming. And I must say, also grateful. And,
Jesus, Miriam.
Experienced lady.
He was a soldier and he was grateful.
he was a soldier, and you've got to support the troops.
Oh my gosh. Oh, your girlfriend's on there.
Oh, would you stop?
Oh.
But I thought she was a lesbian. At least that's what she said.
Maybe she's a lesbian in her later days. Maybe she's bi. There's all types of different things we can be.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But she said in that clip she was a lesbian and she despises penis.
Maybe that's because she had a lot of experience with him prior. So now she's like, oh, I've seen enough
I
of
don't
that.
know. Now we're just theorizing.
We'll ask her.
Yeah, we should. Well, she is a lovely woman and she's hilarious.
She's fun.
Yeah, she seems like that fun grandma type of vibe. Like she would be the
dirty fun grandma.
Your dirty fun grandma.
Your dirty fun grandma.
Well, I'm glad we finished that and got back around
too.
to it. Yeah, that was a real treat. So thank you for all the people who suggested that a long time ago.
Yeah.
So we finally finished that off. And
we should watch like a whole Graham Norton show. You know what else I miss? The question game thing.
Would I lie to?
Yeah.
Okay.
We'll
do one of those soon.
Yeah.
Yeah. All right. Well, hope you guys enjoyed that. Like, subscribe, do whatever you guys want. I'm King Boomer. She's Queen Boomer.
Thanks for coming, guys.
And she's on whenever she has time. Ain't that right?
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah.
When I'm not writing 17 papers or studying, I'll be right here.
Or working.
I'll be right here.
My baby works so hard.
So much.
Yeah. All right, Boomerites. Y'all have a lovely day. Stay safe.
Bye.